Chef Gilmore, as we were walking around yesterday, you really, for me, helped to illuminate what it looks like for the producer, the volume that you need for the restaurants. Could you speak on that for a moment?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that a lot of people probably don't realise how much produce a restaurant actually goes through, and and also how much area it takes to grow a decent amount. I think sometimes you see restaurants that have a little herb garden out the back, and they sort of pretend the produce comes from that garden, but obviously it doesn't, because the size of this room, that's about a field big enough to grow maybe 2 varieties for a restaurant for a couple of months. But you need that much land to be able to actually grow vegetables on a big scale. I mean, let me give you an example. Like, if I wanted to put a different radicchio on the menu, I might need 300 heads of that radicchio per week. So to plan that out over the growing season, which might be 6 weeks, that's a lot of heads of radicchio. It's a lot of land that's required to grow that. And as a chef, you can't just sort of say, well, I want you to grow that for me. Oh, that dish didn't sell that week, so I don't need as much. You have to commit to that produce. And that's the big thing. It's actually a contract with the farmer. And we've done things in the restaurant. We work with a couple of some really small-scale farmers. And over the years, we've done things like, to actually help them with their infrastructure. We've done things like bought the farm a tractor, and they've paid us back in vegetables, which I think is a really cool model to work with. And that's something that I'm really proud of, because it's, I have this real relationship with my suppliers. I'm sort of Balasa onion, this tiny, beautiful Italian onion that is really gorgeous and sweet and small. Over the season, he might grow 10,000 of those onions for me, and I know that they've all been put in the ground by hand, so I have a real appreciation of what it takes to grow that product. And you've got to be prepared to pay a premium for it, instead of saying, oh, I'm going to pay a kilo price for these onions, I pay by the piece, so it might be 40 cents an onion. So that's something where the farmer can go, okay, well, I'm going to plant this field of onions, that's $20,000 for this season, I know that's there, and I will commit to that, and they're on my dish, and it gives my dish something unique and beautiful. So I might put 3 or 4 of those onions on my dish, and it's part of the garnish that goes with a beautiful fish dish, for example. And that relationship, my chefs know how much those onions cost, they look after them, they're proud to be able to put them on the plate, they handle them with respect. It's just the whole deepening of understanding of produce and what goes into growing that produce at that level. It's a win-win for everyone.